Oh, morning America, how we doing today? Get y'all lined up here. Here we go. There we go. All right. Tight. Oh. Run, 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 run. Go, 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 go. I got halfway out here and realized I left this camera at home. And normally I just use this phone. I got an iPhone 12 and iPhone 13. And normally I just use this phone, but I need to use this one to call her. So I need both phones today. Anyway. Oh, mercy, mercy, mercy. How are we all doing today? Let's see who all's here. Go back, let's see. Bam Bam was first today. Let's see, hold on here. Yeah, I'm gonna go, let me go get better glasses than this. I've got some out in the van. I got me my hardware. It's all my bolts and different things. I got me some paint, some white spray paint, and got me some glasses. Yeah, there we go. Let's see. These are, that's $2 Walmart reading glasses. And they're brand new. They still got the sticker on them. I don't need much. It's just, these are 1.75. 1.75 magnification. I only really need about 1.25, 1.5. But if I on this scroll here, I can read the scroll because it's lit up in a bright white, but the name of the person is in a gray color. It blends in with the black. It's hard to read. Do I look smart? Oh, mercy, mercy, what do we do? Oh, what are y'all gonna do with me? Tell you what. All right, so for those of you that don't know, Lisa, one of my main moderators, I got probably a dozen moderators, but she's the main one. She's the one that is there day after day after day for me. And she takes it upon herself to make sure I keep my shit straight. So, anyway, she lives down in Florida down there, and she was in the cone. She didn't get a direct hit, but she was in the cone. You know, as it's coming through the Caribbean, they have that cone that gets wider and wider as it goes out, you know. Anyway. As it came to landfall yesterday, about what, 3 o'clock East Coast time? It came to landfall about 3 o'clock East Coast time. She was still in that cone, so barely, but she was in it. And I'm gonna call her and find out. I haven't talked to her. I have no idea. I know she's alive because she sent me a text this morning. So I asked her if she was, did you survive? Yeah, let's see. This is the brunt of the conversation with her this morning. This morning, okay, did you survive? We're good, thank God, or thank Jesus. Wonder, do you have enough time to do an interview during my live stream? When do you want to do it? I said, in about an hour and a half, around noon your time, 11 o'clock my time. I'm sure people would like to hear whether you're okay or not. She said, sure thing. I said, okay, it's a date. Then she said, I'll be putting up video of the river. I guess they live close to a river. Then another one of damage you can see. And that we'll talk to her where that video is going to be up. She has a YouTube channel, I guess, or maybe Instagram or something. I don't know what she has. So, okay, are you on? Internet sketchy here, but the phone should be fine. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and give her a call. And there we go. Put her right up here close to the phone so you can hear her well.
Hello.
Hello. Yatte hey.
Hello from the beaten up state of Florida.
The beaten up state of Florida. Yeah, you guys did. You got a big old black eye down there, didn't you?
Yeah.
I'm gonna lower you guys down just a little closer so you can hear her good. Y'all thumbs up if you can hear both of us good, about equal. Thumbs up, okay? Oh.
Well, we can't say that it's beautiful, sunny Florida today.
Yeah. The Sunshine State is not, it ain't the Sunshine State today, huh?
It's not sunshiny.
Yeah, okay. All right, everybody, good. Our sound check is good. Everybody says they can hear us fine. Let's see. First of all, do you want to tell everybody what town you're in?
It's Dade City.
Dade City, and everybody kind of knows that anyway because she does the
Stickers.
the stickers and everything. So if you've ever ordered a sticker or saw the her comments about, hey, if you want a sticker or whatever, here's the address to send some money to, and she'll send you some stickers. Anyway, Dade City, and that's enough. That's close enough. You don't need to know exact addresses or nothing like that. But anyway, so I was sitting there watching. I was going to do a video yesterday. I was going to come out here and work on the bus and do a video, and I just couldn't tear myself away from the TV watching the coverage of the hurricane coming in. And I'm sitting there watching it yesterday, and it didn't look like it was going to be all that bad because of where the cameras were. The cameras looked like just some wind, and okay, no problem. This morning, I get on there and watch the news, and oh my gosh, things are tore up. So.
Well, we still don't have power. We've been without power since about 1:30 yesterday afternoon.
You need a Jackery.
I do. Hey, Jackery, you get that? Send me one to give it a try. I'll give you a review. Yeah, we've got a generator that we use for camping, so that's been enough to run our refrigerators and freezers. We have 2 fridges, 2 freezers.
Yeah.
And got to keep that stuff cold.
Yep.
And we've got 1 fan to move some air around because, the humidity is so bad down here.
Oh, yeah. That's why I love Florida, but I hate Florida,
Exactly.
I like Florida. It's a nice state. It's pretty and everything. Go down there and really enjoy it. But, man, that humidity is killer. Now, come wintertime, it's pretty nice in the winter, but that's only for about 3 or 4 months down there, and then it gets hot and sticky again.
And barely 3 months. Well, today we don't have humidity because of the storm, and
there's no sunshine. There's no sunshine, so it's not getting hot.
It's lovely. It's about 68 degrees right now.
There you go. Good. It's about what it is here, I think.
Yeah.
It's about 72 here. And just a beautiful day. I mean, not a cloud in the sky, a light breeze, and man, it's just a perfect day out here today. So
I'm happy with the wind we got right now. It's just a gentle breeze now and then.
Mm-hmm.
So it's enough to blow some air through the windows to keep the house comfortable for now.
Right. Okay, now the storm is completely past you, and no more danger at all, right?
Nope, long past.
Okay, all you need is electricity, and you're back to regular. Did you get any damage around your house?
We we have like probably 20 oak trees on our acre. And so, of course, with those, there's always damage.
Yeah.
The live oaks aren't quite as bad, but the other oaks we've got here, they're old, they're big, and they have a lot of rot to them.
Mm-hmm.
And
Squirrels,
so
squirrels
there's
got a
been
hold on
a
them.
lot of smaller branches falling, but I've posted a lot of videos over the last couple of years that we've had tree after tree after tree fall. So, but we still got quite a bit, and we didn't have any fall. And that was our main thing we were praying for, was just keep the house safe from the trees.
Right. Now the trees are close enough to the house. If they fell, they'd break, come through the roof.
Yeah, each end.
Right.
One right over my bedroom.
Yeah, okay.
One over a couple over the other side of the house. So, yeah, it could be ugly.
Yeah.
But
You, being in Dade City, you got the left-hand side of the storm, which is the lighter, softer winds, but they spin counterclockwise, and the 3 o'clock position is where you don't want to be, or the eye, of course. But over at 9 o'clock position where you were was a little less, right?
Yep, we were between like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and as it moved up, like you say, 9 o'clock, because it pretty much exited, right straight across from us to the east side. And yeah, we had some wicked winds, terrible wind gusts, but a lot of rain. We got a lot of rain.
Right.
And we got up about 6:45 this morning and drove around town and trying to see, why is there no power? Is there a tree down or something on the main road out here?
Right.
And there's nothing down there. So I have no idea. Tim's son is a lineman. So he's, off to work, and he said that part of the town in Dade City, we've noticed that the south part has power, and the middle and north end, we're more on the northeast side, have no power.
Right.
So he said there's something with their main going on. Of course, he has friends that works out of the office. The TECO, Tampa Electric Company, it's what we have here. And there's another subcontracting company with the Gucci River Co-op, provides power close to here too.
Yeah. Okay.
So they're feverishly working, and we have a business up the road about 7 miles, and we went and checked on everything there, and everything was good there, but no power, of course, up there either. So we made a few loops around where we normally go, checked his kids' houses, make sure they're good.
Right.
And
all your friends and family and all that okay too?
everybody's good.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Good deal. Good deal.
I have a friend in Bartow, my friend Angel. Hi, Angel. She was right through the middle.
Oh, man.
She was in the eye, or not the eye, the pathway. That's what I'm trying to say.
Right.
And she says she took on a little bit of water, and she has wooden privacy fence around her lot, and they're all down.
Okay.
But they're safe. That's
Yep.
the main thing.
Yeah, you can rebuild a fence. You can't rebuild a life. So.
Exactly. And we begged her to come up here, but no, she made out okay this time.
Right.
Thank God.
Yep. I was just that storm surge that was on the 3 o'clock side went right through was it Fort Myers? And I guess Fort Myers and that whole bay around Fort Myers, there's a little inlet and everything. And I guess that water just got funneled right up in through there. And it went quite a ways inshore for being a storm surge, usually right along the coast. but because of that inlet, it went way up, you know, quite a ways inland, you know, and got a lot of flooding up and through there. So, but
yeah, I have another friend, Kathleen, who lives down in that area. She's another Great Dane breeder and exhibitor, and they've got flooding. I guess she had, you know, over a foot in her house.
yeah, yeah, yeah. There was.
We realize we are really blessed.
Yep,
this
yep.
time.
Well, were you down there 18 years ago when Charlie came through?
Not me.
No. Okay.
No. I was up in Western New York then, but of course Tim was, you know, being a Florida cracker. He's weathered them all, and he doesn't get nervous. He doesn't worry. I probably worry a bit more than him.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Yeah. The good thing about a hurricane is you know it's coming. You know, usually days and weeks in advance. You know, so you can plan if you're gonna board everything up or, oh, no, let's get out of here. And you got time to get out of there, you know. Whereas here in the Midwest, we get tornadoes and, you know, they come through.
yeah,
It's beautiful at noon, and by 4 o'clock in the afternoon, you got a tornado bearing down on you, and you don't know they're so selective. It'll wipe out one house and leave all the other ones around it, undamaged, you know.
absolutely.
So, yeah.
And they can just touch down. You know, you might think you're having a thunderstorm, and with tornadoes, they can touch down. I know there were tornado warnings yesterday in some of those counties down there. We didn't have one for Pasco County that I saw or heard.
Right.
But then again, we lost power, so we weren't getting weather updates. All we've got is our cell phone coverage, which is, you know, we get a couple bars of 4G at home.
Yeah. Well, don't you have a radio or something you can plug in?
We weren't able to even upload, like, from the hurricane tracking app.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, don't you have like an AM, FM radio or something you can plug in with the generator? They don't take hardly any electricity, and you can listen to the weather service.
I don't.
No.
It doesn't worry, Tim.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's kind of when it's gonna get you, it's gonna get you kind of thing. Yeah. So, what was the? I was watching the news this morning. They had a helicopter flying around down there. What was the town it actually landfalled in? It's one of the barrier islands.
I think it's Punta Gorda.
Yeah, yeah. There's Punta Gorda, and I don't know the towns well enough down there to
Charlotte.
Yeah, if you say it, I'll probably go, oh yeah, that's it. Because I was watching on the, yesterday as it was coming ashore, I was sitting there looking on Google Earth and all this kind of stuff, and those barrier islands are like 3 feet above sea level, and they had a 9-foot storm surge go through there. So, you know. Yeah,
that's the island down there where everybody likes to go and collect seashells on Sanibel Island.
Yeah.
And that was one of them that really took a.
Yeah.
And I'm quite sure. I mean, obviously, I don't know because I haven't seen anything. Tim showed me one picture that he was able to get up on Facebook of somebody in Punta Gorda, and the water was to the roof.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But they were talking about the storm surge, which a lot of the time is the biggest issue, and that's the flooding you get afterwards a lot of the time. And they said it could be, up to 12 feet.
Yeah. So just so people that don't know anything about hurricanes, I've never been in a hurricane. Actually, I guess I have been in here in Texas. They hit down around Houston or Corpus Christi. But by the time they get up here, it's just a rain event, heavy rain or something, But just watching the news and everything. The storm surge is basically, it's like a vacuum cleaner. The eye of the storm is really low pressure, very low pressure. And before the storm hit, when it was still about 50 or 60 miles offshore, the eye was, up in Tampa, the way the wind was circulating on the north side, it's going counterclockwise now, and Tampa's north of there, it actually sucked the water away. And the beach, the water was like 200 yards out, And,
it was pulling.
Yeah.
I had heard them before we lost power that it was pulling them out of the bay.
Yep.
Our governor was on talking, and then blip,
Yeah.
Power was gone.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, they were having issues with that storm surge, and it was, like you say, vacuuming or sucking
Right.
the water out from the bay. And of
Yeah.
course, then beware when it slams you coming back in. My goodness.
Yeah. Yeah, because up in the north, you know, in like a Tampa, where it was the way it was circulating around, the wind was actually blowing from the land out into the ocean because it's going counterclockwise, and it pulled the air of the water out away from the shore, and but the storm surge, what they call a storm surge, is right underneath the eye or close to the eye, and it's such low pressure. It's almost like a vacuum cleaner going along, and it's sucking the water up, and so the water is a lot higher elevation, or elevation or higher level, whatever word you want to use there, but it's higher, and as it comes ashore, it sucks that water up into the coast, and that's where you get your storm surge, and that's what they say. You know, what's their favorite phrase? You can hide from the wind, but you got to run from the water, or something like that. Yeah. So yeah, it's a big event, you know, and lots and lots of energy, you know, and we're human. We think, man, we got it down. We have nuclear weapons. We're so big and powerful, and the biggest nuclear bomb they've got is nothing compared to the energy that's in a hurricane. It's just, you know, it's just, yeah, we think we're so big and powerful, and we're not. We're little bitty ants, you know, on this planet. So, but
And
anyway.
that's the way God is reminding us. You're but a speck, buddy.
Yep. So, and then you look at Earth. You know, you look at Earth and the whole solar system. We're just so small, so small and insignificant, you know. But anyway.
Like a speck of dust.
Yep. So, you got plans for the next few days? Am I keeping you away from anything? Like you got to go out and clean up the yard, or go down and help your neighbors or something, or?
No, Tim is doing a good job. He's out there going right at it.
Okay.
And no, I physically cannot do any kind of lifting or hauling.
Okay. I didn't know, maybe.
The only thing we're going to be doing is pouring some water in, because I still have things I'd like to wash, dishes and stuff. And I just never got the tub filled up quick enough to have excess water for that. We have plenty of drinking water, you know, cases and cases. Right. But I didn't get the tub plugged up quick enough and filled for like wash water.
Yep. The Floridians, they most of them, if they got any sense, they're pretty good at, like, oh, you hear of these people, they're preppers, you know, for economic collapse or whatever, and you know, that's good, but I mean, how much stuff can you store and have ready, you know, for a long term? Economic collapse is over years and years and years, you know. You can only store so much food, but prepping is really good for the short term stuff, like hurricanes, tornadoes, you know, earthquakes, things like that. And Floridians are very good at prepping and, you know, storing things away for an event like this. Having a generator with plenty of gas so you can keep your appliances running and stuff. Yeah. So
I'm putting up a video, and just a little bit of damage that we've seen. You know, we just got branches down and stuff like that. But I did get a couple clips where there was some trees down. But we went up to his shop and got some gas. So the fun part, if people look on my channel later on today, it's going to take a while for it to upload, but it's funny where we get the gas from. You'll get a kick out of that.
Okay. Now, where do you load this up at? Where you got a YouTube channel or Instagram, or what do you got?
Yep. North Star Great Danes on YouTube.
On YouTube. Okay. All right. You got it, folks. North Star Great Danes on YouTube. Give her some time to get things loaded up. So you said you had a video about the river is rising or something.
Yes. We're just up the road from the Withlacoochee River.
The what?
The Withlacoochee.
The what's a whatchie?
Yeah, that's sort of like that place where your root beer falls were,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, yeah. Did you get to watch that this morning? Okay.
I did.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. And the funny thing is, I thought about this morning. I'm going to sit there and talk to you about all the rain and water and water and water and water and water all over in Florida. And my video today is about water. That was about 2 weeks ago. I was up there in the UP, and I went through a video, or did a video about the Root Beer Falls, or the I cannot remember the name of that. They got such weird names up there. Kind of like Florida. They got a lot of these Indian names. Well, yeah, a lot of these Indian names and everything, and I cannot keep them all straight. You know.
And there's a lot of Indian names down here in Florida too.
Obviously, yeah.
And like the Withlacoochee and
Chattahoochee.
Towns down here. We're not far from Lacoochee, Trailacoochee. Then there's Micanopy, which looks like my canopy.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of fun names.
Yeah, yeah. That's all Seminole, right, down there?
Yeah.
Yeah, Seminole Indian. Yeah. So, oh my. Well, I'm glad to hear you're okay, and all the prayers went out to you. I mean, let us read some of the comments for you here. I'm gonna get my glasses on. Siesta Keys Road was ripped apart out there.
Yeah.
Has anybody seen footage of the shark swimming down the street? It's crazy. Kind of like Sharknado. Have you ever seen that? Sharknado?
Back in 2017, when we had Hurricane Irma here.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of that flooding and stuff up through Tampa, and somebody had done video of that then. So be careful what you're watching. It could be an old video, or it could be a new one.
There was a movie they put out. It was one of those absolutely terrible movies. Oh, they were so bad. And they made like Sharknado 1, Sharknado 2, 3, 4, 5, you know. They were just such terrible movies. And I didn't hear about it. It was back, I don't know, 2015 or 16, something like that. It came out, and Pam, they were talking about it at work. We got to watch this movie. I'm like, oh, okay. And it was terrible. Oh, it was absolutely terrible. Dumb and, oh man. Yeah.
Bad graphics.
Yeah. It was just one of the worst movies ever made. And they made 5 of them. I just, you got to be kidding me, folks. Let's see. Took a generator and 100 gallons of diesel to Punta Gorda after Charlie. Went back 3 years after, and they're still rebuilding. Okay. I made landfall on Cayo Costa, which is a barrier island in Fort Myers. Sasnak, how in the hell have you been, buddy? I don't know, pretty good. Punta Gorda is where it hit. Sanibel's the other island that I was trying to think of. Sanibel's the next island north. Yep. Man needs ham radio and keep up with the hurricane. I have one here. Been listening all week to the Hurricane Watch Net. There you go. I went through Charlie. We evacuated St. Petersburg to Orlando. We went there. It hit hard. Should have stayed home. You know. Charlotte Harbor is same as Charlie. Yeah, Charlotte Harbor. They call it Charlotte Harbor because it goes into Charlotte County. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's Lee County, actually.
Okay. All right. We're back. All right. We're back online. We lost 100 people.
Back.
We only got 57.
Have you ever heard of a little thing called YouTube? Because I've heard that there's video.
All right. We're back, folks. Just reading some of the comments here. Went through that after Charlie and Francis. We had our house and both neighbors running on my generator for 5 days. Yeah, good afternoon, Stan. Hope you're doing good. I'm in Florida, but in the southern area. My mom and sister lives in North Florida. So far, lots of wind and some heavy rains. Morning, y'all. Lots of prayers for Florida. She is lucky the track changed south of her. Yeah, didn't get, because it was going to come right toward you, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah, they were planning on coming right up through Tampa and St. Pete and all through up right in there. And then when it got close to the
County over Newport Richie Ritchie seems to get the brunt of a lot of it. And what a lot of people maybe in other states don't realize is that we are only at very low altitudes here.
Mm-hmm.
So granted, of course, on the coast, it's low altitude, but even inland, you know, we're inland about an hour.
Yeah.
And even there, you know, town still sits low and they still get flooding. And the Anclote River backs up and creates all kinds of problems for the people on the coast.
Yeah, well, all kinds of, not only, even if you don't get a lot of flooding, if the rivers and stuff back up, it probably messes up things like your sewer system and stuff, doesn't it?
Yeah, it can.
Brenda wants to know, it's very important here, this is a very important question. Brenda Whitlock, she wants to know, she's, hope the Sasnak stickers didn't get blown away. You know, we're worried about that. Are the Sasnak stickers safe?
They are.
Okay.
I put them in a gun safe behind lock and key, so they're really secure, waterproof.
There you go. Know. All right, very good. Okay, Jersey.
But we need to get some people ordering some, otherwise they're just going to sit there and catch them off.
There you go, folks. And I know you can't do it right now. We'll do it on another video and everything. We'll put up the address and everything. Well, you can verbally tell them. What is it? P.O. Box? What is it?
623 Dade City, Florida, 33525-0623.
All right, again, so they get their pen and paper out. Well, folks, go get your pen and paper out, and we'll say that in about another minute. We'll do that again. It says Jesse Uri says, good morning, Stan and Lisa. Stay safe down there in Florida. That will keep the humidity down. 5x5, I don't know what that is. That's about it. That's back when we first started the video. So yeah, I went through most of the comments here. Tim Lee, this is Trucker Sasnak interviewing his mod in Florida. Oh yeah, okay, yes. Thanks, G-Gab. Somebody's asking like, what the heck's going on here? And this lady I'm talking to, this is Lisa. This is North Star Great Danes on YouTube, and she's one of my moderators, one of my main moderators. And she's down there in Florida, in Dade City, Florida, and she got kind of skirted. The hurricane kind of skirted her and got a lot of rain and a little bit of tree damage, but not much. So she's all's good there. So Lee County, Lee County. Susan says Lee County has hundreds of fatalities. The news is saying down in Lee County.
No kidding.
Yeah, where's Lee County? Is that Fort Myers?
Fort Myers and Charlotte and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, right where we were talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I had the news to see updates like that, because it's like living in the dark here. Mm-hmm. Other than a couple of my friends, a few of my friends around Florida that I've been able to check in via text or private messages. That's all I know.
Yep. Let's see. Good morning, Stan and the Sasnakians. Okay, my friend G-Gab 1963 says, hi, my friend North Star.
Hey, Jerry.
Okay, there you go. And Tim Lee says, good to hear. Okay, all right. You know, getting a little, just, you know, doing our part, letting everybody know what's going on. I figured people, you know that you live down there in Florida, and they probably were kind of like, well, how's Lisa doing? How's Lisa doing? How's Lisa doing? So I thought, well, I'll just call you and we'll just find out, you know.
Yeah, I've had a lot of messages on Facebook, a lot of private messages. Mm-hmm. I've tried to post a couple of little updates here and there, but, you know, I haven't been able to I don't have my computer, no internet, no power. Yeah. I have friends on Discord that were asking about me, but I use the computer and I use a phone that's not connected to the internet, that we usually use Wi-Fi to get on there. So my new phone, I don't have it, so I haven't been able to check in with anybody, but we lived, whether anyone likes it or not, I lived, you know, because you got a lot of haters out there, Sasnak.
Yeah.
They might have wished I blew away.
And the funny thing is, before I did the convoy stuff, I mean, life was wonderful. You know what I mean? I think I had maybe 5 or 6 people banned from the channel. Just and usually it was just some truck driver coming on there and saying something nasty. You know, I'm like, okay, well, if you're gonna be like that, I don't need you on the channel, and I get rid of them. But there's very few. And then I got in that convoy, and oh my God, it got political. You know, because it got political. There's people out there that they're evil. You know, and it opened my eyes a lot. So I knew there was a lot of them, but I didn't think there was people that vicious. You know what I mean? So
they are. It's like they've got nothing better to do.
Well,
and you don't even realize how angry people are in the world today.
Yeah.
They're and evil-hearted, and if everything isn't their way, they feel like they can just lash out at everybody.
Yep.
You know, it used to be when we were growing up, live and let live.
Right.
But gosh, people can't do that anymore. They have to lash out and let you know that they don't like you or what you're doing anymore.
Right. Yeah, I think it's we're reaping the not the rewards. What word am I looking for? But we're reaping the thing of everybody gets a trophy. There's no first and second and third place. Everybody gets a participation trophy. And the kids nowadays, they never kept score on on a softball or kickball game or something. Whenever playing sports in school, because if you didn't win, that made you feel bad. And we can't let anybody feel bad. I think it's a lot of that crowd is it's coming to fruition. So
right.
It just. I don't know. A lot of the younger folks and kids, I feel they don't know how to take rejection, and it's all about me, So.
Yeah, it's like people don't know how to work out the things that don't feel good,
Yeah.
Instead of just dealing with it or finding a way to deal with it or learn that, I was rejected by some friends or whoever, and I'm still okay.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's read a couple more of these comments here. Bam. Stan gets a Special Olympics ribbon.
Naughty.
Yeah,
he better behave.
Bam says Stan gets a Special Olympics ribbon. All right, Bam, you're out of here. Delete you.
I'll come back and get it.
Let's see. Susan Strickland. Donnie, a stream just came back up with headline. Don't know source. Said the sheriff said. Okay, I guess that's the people. The hundreds of people dead down in whatever county. And Lisa says I don't understand the negativity today. And Brenda, there you go. Haters gotta hate. To hell with them. Yeah, that's kind of the attitude I have about the whole thing. So. Who did I talk to recently? Oh, you told me that Gray Wolf was gonna light himself on fire. I called him up and asked him, "What the hell? You lost your mind or what?" He goes, "No, it's metaphorically. I'm gonna light myself on fire." I'm like, "What do you mean?" And he says, "Well, trying to get attention to his cause, and when they say when somebody gives a speech, somebody gives a roaring speech, and boy, they just said, man, he's on fire today, that's what he was meaning, So I guess he did a live stream and he just let loose. I mean, just really let everybody know what he thought, I guess. And he said he was going to do that, and then as soon as it was over, he was going to take it down so YouTube wouldn't be able to pick it apart and give him a hit, you know, docking or whatever. So
Right.
I don't know. I didn't get a chance to watch the video, so I don't know what all. But anyway, Mudpig, Gray Wolf is doing what he thinks he needs to do. Everybody seems to be, you know, with the convoy, the people that went off, they're doing what they think they need to do. I talked to Joe. Joe called me about a week ago, and he's doing what he thinks he needs to do. He's at home doing his regular. He went down to the border, and he said that was pretty nasty.
I saw that.
He said it was pretty nasty down there at the border. I said, "Where'd you go, down to Texas?" He goes, "No, down by Yuma area." He said he got down there and it got real nasty, and so he came back home, and right now he's just doing his old thing of running around Sacramento, or not Sacramento. Bakersfield, going around Bakersfield doing his the police scanner stuff, you know, stuff he was doing before the convoy. So he's back to doing what he normally would do. Mudpig, I talked to him a few days ago, and he's back. Everything's going good. He's actually he lost his job, his lease with that company he was with when he was with the convoy. He was running a lease to a company, and that fell apart. I don't know exactly how, whether he quit or they fired him. I don't know, but he lost that lease somehow or another. And he was scratching his head like, what do I got to do? And I don't know if Mike called him or he called Mike, but anyway, Mike Landis, the cab over in the convoy, Mike Landis, the cab over at the lead of the convoy, he called him, or they got together somehow, and he's hauling. Mike is hauling sugar from somewhere over on the East Coast, like Baltimore maybe or someplace. And they're hauling sugar into Pennsylvania to a Coca-Cola factory. Okay, the sugar that goes into your Coca-Cola. And he's hauling that with a pneumatic tank. A pneumatic tank is a tanker. It's like the three big hoppers, and it's all dry. And they blow it on and off with wind, with air. They blow it off. Anyway, they're doing pneumatic tanks, and Mudpig came up and hooked onto one of those trailers, and that's what they're doing now. He's hauling sugar with Mike, not for Mike, but with Mike. So,
You know, I haven't seen any of his videos.
He said he hasn't done any in about a month. He says he's right now he's focused on trying to make some money to support his family. You know, he got way behind trying to pay off credit card bills. And the whole time he was on that convoy, he pretty much lived on credit cards and built his credit card debt way up. So he's trying to pay that all off and just take care of his family. You know, so you know. People are doing what they think they need to do.
People that keep nagging in the comments saying, "Oh, you need to go be with the protesters here. You need to go be." People don't understand. Not everybody can live without their income, and or something like that happens. You figure you can get by on your credit cards for a while, and then before you know it, it's up to eyeball deep, and people gotta work, and they just don't seem to understand. I don't get it.
Yeah, I guess some people can sit at home, retired or whatever, independently wealthy or whatever, or they have a job that they can
governmentally wealthy.
Well, but I think a lot of the commenters on the channel and everything, on everybody's channel, not just mine. But they go to work and they do their thing, and they come home in the evening, watch a video, and they comment on it like, you know, I don't see them packing up and stopping their whole life and running to DC and protesting or whatever. And then you get, you know, I'll make a comment like that, and people are like, well, I physically can't do it. I'm stuck here at home. I wish I could do it, but I physically can't. You know, okay, you know. But
that's fine. Those people can support however they want to support it, even by sharing videos. And that's wonderful. However, they shouldn't be the ones criticizing other people that got to go to work.
And I don't know, there's, you know, the different groups and, not groups, but different things that people are doing. Gray Wolf is off doing a march across America and trying to get awareness there. Santa went and did his thing up there, and I don't know what's going on with them. I haven't kept any track of that for quite a while now, a couple months probably. when I did keep track of what was going on through first responder for Joe, and when he left, I just thought everybody packed up and left. And then I was talking to Mud Pig the other day, and he says, no, they're still up there, but they're not in Bunker Hill, I guess is where they were stationed at. But I guess
I heard they were going to Pennsylvania somewhere.
They left. He said he talked to somebody. I don't know who it was, but he said he talked to somebody. And he says, well, where are you at? And he's, you still at Bunker Hill? And he says, no, we left Bunker Hill. And for whatever reason, I don't know if they left or got kicked out or I have no idea. But he said they're not in Bunker Hill anymore. But he said, well, where you guys been at? He said, we're just been out in the woods. Like, okay. I don't know.
So then let us know what is going on that is making freedom. I'm not sure, but hopefully they feel good, they're doing something, or they're happy with their progress, then God bless them. Yeah.
I'm all for, if another convoy starts up or something like the People's Convoy, something like that starts up again. And it's so easy. It's so easy to Monday morning quarterback what happened to the convoy. I have my views of what happened with the convoy and what we should have done and when we should have stopped and all this. And I've got my viewpoints on what we should have done, what we should have done different, And the thing is, all those people in the convoy, you think about all 300 trucks and 1,000 cars or whatever it was, all the people that were involved with the People's Convoy, okay, most of them, that was the very first protest or event or whatever. It was the first time they'd ever done anything like that. So they're very amateur about it. I didn't know what I was doing. I got into it. I'm like, oh, I guess, well, sure. I'll go along with it here and see what happens. And you gotta remember, the people that you see on the news day after day after day that are protesting, they're down there protesting about something and protesting about something. They do it regularly, and they've done it this way. They're professional protesters, or some of them are being paid by people like Soros and people like that, or group.
Correct.
Soros is putting money into a group, and that group is paying these people to do these things.
Yes.
And not only Soros, but other people like I wouldn't doubt that Zuckerberg and people like that are doing the same kind of thing,
Yeah.
So
special interest groups.
Right. Yeah. And those people go out there and they protest. A lot of the, like the BLM, not so much the BLM, the black people in the BLM, okay, that were out there protesting or whatever. Not so much them, but all that Antifa crowd, that whole Antifa crowd. They go to school. They're almost like a what do you call it, a basic training, and teach them how to disrupt stuff. And they did you notice they all had like riot gear and helmets and stuff? You could always tell which one was in Antifa and which one was in like what BLM or something. And the Antifa ones were the ones stirring all this shit up, Yeah. And the thing is, here's a store, and the store is safe. The windows are still, not broken, and everything's fine. People are out rummage around in the street, All it takes is that one person to go over and break that window, and then they go, oh, hey, they're breaking the window, yeah, and that mob mentality, and they all go for it, And the whole shop, the store, whatever, gets looted and all that. But it only takes that one person, and that one person is usually one of those Antifa people that go out there and do it on purpose. It only takes like one cop car to get set on fire, and then the whole mob turns around and tries to, set all the cop cars on fire. It just takes that one spark, and they know that, And see, the People's Convoy wasn't a violent convoy, or it wasn't violent at all. It was very peaceful, and I don't get the whole idea that DC, the people in DC and power in DC right now, they all thought we were going up there to get their scalps or something, And no, we just want to go up and let our voices be heard, And they treated us like, well, from what I gather, the people in DC thought that the People's Convoy was going to be another J6 or something, And that, we had nothing like that in mind, but.
Well, even if they didn't think it, they wanted to treat it that way.
They wanted everybody else to think that that's what it was, yeah. So.
Yeah, and I I don't begrudge anybody for wanting to protest, express their views. We have those rights here in America to do that.
Yeah. We're getting dangerously close to where we're not allowed to do that, though.
Exactly that. There's a page turning in a book that none of us want to read the ending.
Well, all you got to do is go back. I equate this time in American history. It is so similar to 1930s Germany. It is so similar to 1930s Germany. And go back and watch read up on your history about the brown shirts and people like that, And
the book 1984 says
there you
it
go.
all.
Yeah, and that's a fictional book, but it's so on spot, And then there's all these other movies and books and stuff you can watch. Atlas Shrugged was a really good one, by Ayn Rand. That's a very good book. So.
Yeah, there's a lot going on, and it's a great big giant wheel turning that a lot of us don't have a place in the cog. We're gonna get ground up in it. But I know we're all just trying to navigate here in life and keep our heads above the water. We're trying to get by till we can retire.
Well, you guys are literally trying to stay above water in Florida.
There's poor people down here in Florida that are literally drowning in the water. But it's a rough time in our world, and anybody that thinks it's peachy keen nowadays, they bump their head or they live in a bubble.
Yeah. I know a couple people, I won't say who they are or anything, but I know a couple people, and they're polar opposites as far as, they're people that are close to me, and this one person is very, what's the word I'm looking for?
Progressive?
No. Watched me in the convoy and was like, very, very supportive. And this other person was completely against it. Like, just go get the jab and shut up, And I'm like, man, I wish I could get through to that second person. But anyway.
It wasn't about the jab.
Yeah.
It's about having the freedom to choose.
Right. Yeah. And this person, no, you need to take the jab. This second person I'm talking about is more of a, no, you need to take the jab for the benefit of all of us. If you don't take the jab, you're actually harming all of us. And there was something, how was it? It was on Facebook, I think. And it made a very good point. And it had to do with the vaccine and the jab and all that. And, I shouldn't even brought it up because I can't think of what it was. But it was very poignant of, hey, it's umbrella. If you don't, this guy was walking down the street and it's raining and somebody's behind him, you can see him, he doesn't have an umbrella and he's getting rained on, and somebody behind him's got an umbrella and they're underneath the umbrella nice and, dry or whatever. And they're yelling at the person. It's just a photo and there's captions, whatever. But anyway, they're yelling at the person, if you don't get an umbrella, we'll all get wet. Well, no, not necessarily, So they're trying to equate the umbrella with the vaccine and everything. And if somebody doesn't get the jab, we're all going to die. If somebody doesn't get the umbrella, we're all going to get wet. Well, no, you go get your jab if you want. I don't believe in it. I don't believe the science is behind it. And especially after listening to some of the doctors that were up there on the convoy, the way they were, what they were talking about, you're just like, whoa, I don't want nothing to do with it.
Dr. Lock them up.
Yeah, Dr. Lock them up, yeah.
Pierre Corey.
Yeah.
Or no, that's Dr. Alexander. It's Dr. Lock them up.
Dr. Lock them up said Paul Alexander. Is it Paul?
Yeah.
Anyway, Alexander. Yeah. And then, no, the one I'm talking about is, what's his name, Monroe or not? No, not Monroe. It's close to that.
Yeah, Marone. Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, he was the one that was the inventor of the mRNA technology.
Yeah. So, you know, and he's sitting there, he invented this stuff, and then he says, okay, we need to, you know, get this into testing for a while. And they said, no, we need to release it right now. And he goes, no, we're not releasing this right now. So he had a disagreement with the people that he made the vaccine stuff for, and he became a Malone, Dr. Malone.
Malone.
Yeah, Dr. Malone. So, let's see, we got any more comments here? I'm sure we got more comments. Yeah, Malone here. Thanks, Bam Bam. One that invented the mRNA. Yeah. North Star, Great Danes, good to see you, girl. It's Vet Jamac Mom. I can't, some of these names, I just can't.
Howdy!
There you go. Tom, thanks for, Stan, thanks for introducing Michigan Mills. Yeah. Man, I'll tell you, Kim, his name is Kim, Kim. And I know two Kims. I've never heard the name Kim on a man before, you know, and I don't know if it's short for something, but I don't know. But I know two Kims, one down here in Texas and then Kim up there in the UP. And he's a super nice fella. I went over and visited with him, and we had them pizza. Actually, that's what I cooked last night. I cooked those pizzas last night for Pam on a tortilla. On a tortilla, just threw them in the oven. Yeah. It was, and I didn't have any pepperoni or you know, any hamburger, nothing like that. I took summer sausage and just sliced it real thin, like pepperoni. Threw it on there, you know, tomato sauce, summer sausage sliced real thin, onions, and shredded cheese. It wasn't pizza cheese. It was Mexican mix, which is a cheddar.
It's got some cheddar in it.
Yeah, cheddar and Monterey Jack. Monterey Jack and stuff.
Mozzarella on pizza.
Yeah, but anyway, I threw it in the oven and cut it all up, and it came out good. You know, I mean, it's not like Pizza Hut type pizza, but it's tasty. You know. So.
Yeah, I've made them before. When I saw that video and I saw them making them, like, well, that's nothing new, dude. But yeah, it looked like an awesome place. It looked like it was a real nice getaway.
Yeah.
Of course, some of us like places like that, that's rural and boondocking kind of deals.
Yeah. And Kim is still working on that up there. He bought that property. There was another man built it all up and everything, and he bought it. I don't know how many acres. I want to say it was like 5 acres or something like that. And has all these little buildings on there, and got a little house. I went through it, but I didn't film inside of his house and everything. It's a real small little house, easy to heat,
I
easy
saw
to.
it back there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't go inside. I figured that's a little too, you know, a little too intrusive, you know. He gave me the whole tour and everything, and then I says, all right, let me film all this stuff, and he goes, okay. And I just didn't go inside, you know, but. He's got his little garden out there, and that garden's not big enough to survive on, as in, you know, if shit hit the fan.
Sustainable.
But it's a nice little garden. He can grab tomatoes and stuff out of there instead of running, you know, an hour over to the closest store. The town that he's
that far out.
Yeah, he's about 15 miles away from a real small town that has a little convenience store kind of, yeah. And he says they got really good meat, a meat department in there, which is about the same price as some place like, you know, your regular Walmarts or Kroger's or, you know, whatever. He says the meat's actually pretty good, but anything else like canned goods or Hamburger Helper, things like that, he says, no, I'd stock up when I run into this other big town that's about an hour away. And so he runs over there and shops at like a Walmart or someplace. You know, it's a town got big enough. It's got all the Home Depot and all the big box stores in it. So he drives over there and buys all that stuff about once a month. He stocks up, brings it all home, and then when he needs a carrot, he goes out and gets a carrot, pulls it out of the garden. But it's not big enough to, you know, and he's not there in the winter. He doesn't plan on ever being there in the winter, because I mean that where he's at, well, he said he'll get 4 or 5 feet of snow. He wouldn't be able to move around. He wouldn't be able to get in there without a snow machine, you know, snowmobile. So
now you're gonna drop his coordinates here in the video, right?
Sure. Sure. I kept asking him for he said, well, he put them online, but it got lost in Hillary's emails. It all got lost. I thought that was funny. So,
It was.
But yeah, he plans on being up there for 6, 7 months out of the year, and the rest of the time go down to Arizona in the wintertime, you know, and do that traveling, you know, back and forth in the spring to fall, or spring to summer, you know, summer to winter kind of thing, you know. But he gets up there and he plants a little garden, and it's a sustainable garden for while he's there, but it's not big enough to where he bothers with, you know, canning to get through the winter. His idea is live up here nice and quiet. And I asked him, I says, are you like, I asked him on the video, I asked him, I says, are you like a prepper, or, you know, you think the world's gonna end or something like that? And he goes, no, I just like nature. I like being out here. It's nice and quiet, and I can, you know, I don't need to put up with all the nonsense that goes on in a bigger city. So, okay. But, you know, he's got plans to make the garden a little bit bigger, and he's going to build one of those sheds he's going to turn into a guest house, and, you know, a better place, a nicer, bigger bedroom and kitchen type area.
That one with the beams and stuff?
That's the one, yeah.
Yeah, that was just pretty.
Yeah, that's the one he's gonna finish that out, and he's gonna finish that out for himself. And then one of the other buildings we didn't go into, but one of the other buildings, he said, I'm gonna build a little room here, and it'll be like a guest bedroom, you know. So when somebody comes up to visit me, you know, and that's another thing. I didn't ask him on camera, but I was like, do you want to be left alone out here like a hermit? And he goes, oh no, people are more than welcome to come over. You know, friends of his. You know, he was just tickled to death that I showed up. I think I was one of the first people that ever showed up to visit him, you know. Of course, he's up there pretty, it's a long ways away. I mean, he's not like in Arkansas where you drive right, you know, back and forth across the middle of the country. You know, he's way up there in the UP, and it's kind of out of the way, you know, which is the point for him.
Definitely.
You know, but people that he knows out at Quartzsite and, you know, out there in Arizona and everything, he's like, oh yeah, I wish everybody come up and visit me, you know, come up, stay for a few days and visit, and then continue on your journey, you know. And you can tell he's proud of the place, you know, he's real happy and likes to show it off, you know. So, but anyway.
So, do you watch many of the big YouTubers ever that are into the Nomad?
I used to watch quite a few of that stuff when I was learning about it. Now that I've learned about it, I don't really. I watch YouTube to learn stuff, not for entertainment. I try to learn stuff on it. But yeah, as far as the nomad lifestyle and everything, I kind of think I got it figured out. You know, I just need to go do it. You know, I just need to go do it. But and that's the idea behind this bus back here. Once I get this bus finished, and I got a call, not yesterday, 2 days ago, 3 days. Let's see, on Tuesday, I got a call Tuesday morning. The company up there that I work for with the pickup and the trailer, they called me and had another tour for me. You want to do another tour for about 2 months? On when? I says, well, we're here in another week. I'm like, you know, we got a tour where you go down to Indiana instead of going to Milwaukee. I'd go to Indiana and pick up an RV, and then that RV might go, he said one of them's going to Albuquerque and then eventually out to LA. Another one's going to North Carolina. Another one's going down to Florida. And it's for a drug manufacturer. And I said, they're not doing the COVID vaccine, are they? And he goes, no, it's for other stuff. It's what they're going to use the RV for. And I told him, no, I couldn't do it because I got something else I need to do. I got to build this bus, you know. And so I turned him down on it. And I said, well, he's got a whole list of other drivers, and go down through that list. If you get to the bottom of the list and still don't have enough, call me back. But I haven't heard anything. So, but I'm sure he'll get that position filled with no problem. But basically, what they're going to do is they're going to be out of Indiana, and you go pick up an RV and you go to wherever they want you to take it. Like I said, New Mexico and LA, or North Carolina, or Florida, and I don't know where else. There's going to be about 20 of these RVs going around the country. And what they're going to do is drug testing. In other words, the guinea pigs. You know, hey, we've got a drug, and now we've got to test it on people for the next 2 years, 5 years. You know, and what they'll do is it might be a pill, it might be an injection, whatever. And some people will get the actual drug. Some people will just get a placebo. You know, and see how, you know, it's the testing. You know, after they develop a drug, now they have to test it. They test it on rats, you know, and on white mice, you know. Then they test it on monkeys or something, and then they test it on humans, you know. And it's, you know, they're going to use that RV to go around and do the drug testing for. It might be, well, like Viagra or something like that, you know. It could be any of those kind of drugs.
I see ads on Facebook and YouTube where, you know, if you have these symptoms and you want to participate in the study, we'll give you $750. Sign up here.
Yep, that's exactly it.
And that's what I figured that must be.
Yeah, and I don't really want to be a guinea pig, but, you know, I got to thinking, hey, I could make money on driving the RV around, and they put you up in I don't want to show all the numbers and everything, but they basically pay you a flat salary per day, and then on top of that, they put you up in a hotel, and the hotel can be anywhere from $0 to $250. So you can be a really nice hotel for $250. So anyway, they'll pay your your food expenses, 15 for breakfast, 20 for lunch, and 25 for dinner, for each person. So if you got like a man and wife team,
a cheap dinner. I don't know. I'd hold out for 40.
But you can have a pretty nice dinner for $25, you know. So anyway, and that's all put on an expense report and everything. And then after that's all done, you still get your, you know, on top of that, you get your daily salary, you know. So it was tempting, but I would do it, except I got to get this bus built, you know. But I told him I'd do it. If he can't find anybody else, give me a call, and I'm sure he'll fill the position. But then after that, I'm looking to do this bus, and at the end of in January, take off and head out to Arizona for the winter, and with Pam, take off. And, you know, Pam and I go out there in Quartzsite and out in the Southwest, and spend a couple 3 months or whatever, and then hopefully around late March, early April, somewhere along in there, they'll call me with another tour, and I'll probably go do that tour. And once we do that tour, I might do it by myself and Pam just comes along. I might do the tour and Pam helps and gets paid for some amount. I don't know. It all depends on what tour it is and what's in the contract. So that's kind of what I'm planning on doing.
I have a question for you.
Huh?
I have a question for you, sir.
Uh-oh. I didn't do it. It wasn't me.
So, too bad Pam wasn't on here so I could ask her too.
She's probably on here. She's probably at home watching right now, unless she's on a video call with her boss.
So I was curious if she sells her home, because you said she's trying to. Are you going to make your shop your base camp?
Yeah. That'll be a place for, you know, the driver's license and an address for driver's license and an address for insurance and things like this, you know, car insurance, driver's license, and P.O. box will be a place to mail, you know, stuff home, you know. All my stuff will get mailed to a P.O. box, and then like her daughter can run over and check the mailbox like once a week or something. So Pam's got a P.O. box and I've got a P.O. box, and I can give the key to one of them, and they can come over and check it, you know, once a week or whatever, and go through Yeah, that's junk, that's junk, that's junk. Oh, send me that one, you know, and put it in the FedEx and send it to us where we're at, you know.
You know, there's those mail services like that. They're
Yep.
big in Texas.
Yep. There's a big company, a big group down here in Texas called, oh, what do they call them? Not nomads.
Wanderers?
What?
The Wanderers?
Yeah. One of them's the Wanderers. One's, what is the Boomers? The Boomers. Like the baby boomers.
Yeah, that's right.
And they have a mail service and everything. And they actually have, I think, an insurance company and the whole 9 yards. I don't know. Anyway, they're out of East Texas somewhere, like Nacogdoches or someplace. I'm not sure where. But yeah, I know all about them. I just, you know, if you got somebody, a family member at home to do it for you instead, I'd just soon do that, you know.
It's a better price.
Yeah. There you go.
Not only that, you don't have strangers looking at your mail. But then maybe it'd be worse if the family looks at your mail.
Yeah, maybe. But no, the idea is go out and travel, and then we need to go home and do something or whatever. I have an RV park right here, my personal RV park. I can pull the van or bus or whatever right outside out here, let the sun hit the solar panels and have air conditioning and all that kind of stuff. Even when it's hot, but I don't really want to be around here when it's hot. But the idea is travel wherever it's nice and, you know, 70 degrees, 75 degrees outside. It gets down to about 55 at night. Wherever that's at, head in that direction and go travel and see the country. I've seen the country, and now I want to experience the country. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like I said, I still, after 35 years of truck driving, and I don't know how many times I've been across I-40 in Arizona, I still have not seen the Grand Canyon, you know. So that's the stuff I want to go do. You know, I want to go.
Right.
I want to go out and experience the country and go. You know, just like I did in the UP last 2 weeks ago. Go up there and just drive around and experience stuff, and actually have the time to stop and go walk through this park, or go down and see that waterfall, or go to that museum. You know. Eventually work around. You know, maybe not this year, but next year or 2 years from now, something like that. Go to DC and go through the Smithsonian, you know, stuff like that. I've never done that before, and I would love to go do that.
Yeah. You know, I had a friend from church ask me to do a road trip last week to North Carolina, the western, and, you know, in the mountains.
Mm-hmm.
Man, was that beautiful.
Yep. Yeah, I got a Army buddy. I don't remember the town. He's from West Palm Beach. And he's from West Palm Beach, and then he went in the military. I knew him through there. He's an old Army buddy. And then after he went back to Florida for a while, and I guess ended up getting divorced. I lost track of him because we didn't have cell phones back then, you know. I lost track of him and everything. Well, then Facebook, I bumped into him again on Facebook, and he had moved to North Carolina, the western part of North Carolina. Have you ever heard of the road called the Dragon's Tail?
Yes.
Okay, he lives on the North Carolina side. When you leave Tennessee and you go through the Dragon's Tail, the first town you come into, whatever that is, that's where he lives, and he's a paramedic. He drives an ambulance, and he goes out and picks up all those motorcycle guys when they crash. He says, I don't know how many Porsches I pulled out of ditches and stuff, you know, or how many people he's pulled out of Porsches that went off into the ditch, you know, and motorcycle guys that smashed into something. He says, it's just wreck after wreck. They go up there and they want to race up through it and end up killing somebody.
Yeah, I came home and told Tim. Of course, Tim's got an uncle up there and cousins.
Yeah.
Up in Cherokee County.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, man, we got to get a little lot, and we can be snowbirds too.
Yep.
You know?
Somebody said it might be Boone. Bam Bam said it might be Boone, North Carolina. I don't know what town it is. I can look on a map, but I don't have a map available to me right at the moment. But anyway, that's where he's from. And there you go.
It's real nice up there. No humidity. That's the first thing I get out. And I'm thinking, Oh, there's no humidity.
Yeah, there is. Come, go out west. Go out. Hey, try to time out sometime. Go out to Quartzsite with us in the winter. You know, go out there and hang out with us. Get an RV and come out there with us. You know, it doesn't have to be a big one. Just a little old bumper pole behind a pickup or something, and go out there and hang out with us for 2 or 3 weeks or a month.
We've got a 30-foot camper.
There you go. Yeah, come on out. Sit around a campfire. It's so nice just sitting around a campfire and visiting with people. And during the day, we always go find something to do. And there's all kinds of mines. Quartzsite is called Quartzsite because there's a lot of quartz. And if you know your quartz, if there's quartz around, there's a good chance there's gold around. So they got a lot of little gold mines, and it was nothing major, like it wasn't like up in California gold rush or nothing like that. But there's gold mines, and they're still pulling gold out of the ground out there. There's all kinds of abandoned mines you can go and they're usually shaft mines where they dug down, and you can't really go down in them because it's a shaft. But you can go over and look at them, and it's just it's neat to see. And just driving through there, you get on I-10 and just drive through Quartzsite. You just look, it's just desolate desert land. But once you get out in it, you realize there is a history out there that people don't even realize, And there's so much that has happened in that area that you never had a clue of, or I never had a clue of.
Absolutely. I've watched a lot of the videos of the nomad folks that go out there regularly.
Yeah.
And there's so many trails, and it's big with side-by-side people.
Yeah.
4x4 people, and where they go up there, and there's old mines, like you say, and it is really unique.
Yep.
Now, do I want to sit somewhere in the desert all the time? Not
No,
particularly.
just a couple weeks.
I would like to lay the eyes on it at least once.
Yeah, well, what you do is you leave Florida and you make a trip of it. You take about a month working your way across the country out to Quartzsite during December, early January. Okay, wait till Christmas. Right after Christmas, leave. After you open the presents and with the grandkids or whatever is going on there at your house. Once that's all done, pack up, and you got 2 or 3 weeks to get out there to Arizona. Actually, you got about a month because we're usually out there about the 3rd week of January.
Yeah.
So you got at least 3 weeks, if not 4 weeks, to work your way out there. You can stop through New Orleans. You can go to Houston. Go to the Alamo. Go out like I did. I went down to the border and last year, worked my way out and stopped at what's the name of that telescope out there in West Texas, McDonald Observatory. Just do those kind of things. Work your way out into Arizona. Stop at Tombstone, and check that out. Go into Phoenix and check out some things around in there. Whatever, and then work your way out to Quartzsite. Hang out with us for a couple weeks, and then everybody kind of packs up and goes their own way. And at that point, you can continue on to California, or you can work your way back to Florida, or whatever you want to do. And
California.
Yeah, I don't have any problem with California itself. It's a beautiful state.
It's pretty. It is.
It's just the politics out there. I don't agree with the politics, But other than that, California people, I have no problem with California people as long as they don't bring their screwed up politics to Texas. That's what irritates me. In Florida.
Yeah, they're piling in here too. Tim's, like I said, Tim's son has been a lineman, and he would contract through the union out there and worked out there the last few years.
Yeah.
And he was in a lot of the northern part of the state, and beautiful, beautiful areas.
Yeah.
So he was quite fortunate. But I would like to see all of that.
Yeah, there you go. So we'll see you in January then, right? Maybe not this year, next year, whatever. But it's worth something to plan and get out of the house for a little while and go check things out. You don't have to be a full-time nomad. Just come out and there people showed up. I showed up out there a couple years ago with a Prevo. You don't. I mean, some people are living in a tent. Some people are living in a Prius. There's a few people living in Prius. I don't know how they do that, but There's other people show up in big fancy motor homes. Other people are in just vans or school buses, you know, stuff like that. It's just it's quite
you got your start going out there in your semi.
Right. Yep. So, yep. Yeah. How I come across all that was I just wanted escapism. I was running Dallas to LA back and forth every week, and just got to where I was hating my life. You know, I mean, I was making good money, but I hated it. Huh? Escapees. That's the correct. Yeah, the group in Texas. Yes, escapees. Yeah.
The group in Texas. Yeah. That's it.
There's escapees. Okay, there's two groups. There's escapees and there's escapers. Okay. The escapees are the older crowd, like the baby boomer crowd, my age and older. They're the escapees. The escapers are the younger than me crowd. Okay, the 40-year-old, whatever, the people that it's a guy and a gal, man and wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, and they travel in an RV and they work on the internet, like web design or something like that, graphics design or something. They have a kind of, they can make a living, and they don't have to be.
It's the gig economy.
Yeah, well, they don't have to be nailed down to a house. They can move around, you know. As long as they got internet, they can still make a living. And the escapers are the younger crowd, and they have these big get-togethers and whatever. You got to look into them. Everybody watching the video, you can look into it. The escapees and the escapers. Like I said, the escapees are more of the baby boomer crowd, older than me. I'm 58. They're older than me, and the escapers are the younger than me. You know. Area.
Yeah, last Sunday, Tim turned your age. Tim and I were the same age.
Yeah.
And then he turned your age, and I'll be catching up in March. So.
Yeah.
We're right at that same age group.
Yep,
there you
Stan. Go. Okay, there you go. Got where was I? I was after I left the UP. And came down to Milwaukee and got done with all that. I was just driving the van back home, and I swung through Kansas City, and both of my sisters live in Kansas City. And my mom and dad, they live down south, and they came back up just to visit. So we had the whole family there for the first time in many years, had the whole family together. And we were sitting around the dinner table, and somehow I got to talking about the baby boomers, different generations, you know, the millennials and the Gen X's and all this, you know.
Right.
And it dawned on me, I'm the only one in my family that's a baby boomer. Me? I'm the very last year of the baby boomers. I was born in '64. That was the very last year. My mom and dad aren't baby boomers. They're 1 and 2 years ahead or earlier. They're I don't know, the war generation or something like that. I don't know what generation that is. Service. I don't know what it is, but it just shuts off, and it takes sometimes a minute, sometimes 4, 5, 10 minutes. You know. So anyway, we're back. We only got 30 people on here, Lisa. So what do you think?
Those are your hardcore people right there. Your die-hard fans, Stan.
Yep, there you go.
Tell them to all come on and say hi, and then you'll know who your die-hard fans are.
Yep. Let's see. Let's read some comments real quick, and then we'll probably wrap this up. I gotta tell everybody what I'm doing with the bus and everything. So, all right. Tommy Temper. Hi, everybody. Susan Strickland. Good day, everyone. Susan Strickland. Going to clean yard up. I'll watch you later, Lisa. Have a good day, Stan.
Susan.
Let's see, Brenda Jackson. Great Dane's first video is up on YouTube now. I got notification. There you go. Notice how it cut out when he started talking about the greatest generation. The generation of Biden's parents. I wonder what his parents would say about him now. Oh my. You know, and sometimes it is kind of odd, you know, when it does cut out. It's right when I'm talking about something, you know, and people, that's why they cut him off because he was talking about. No, I don't think it has anything to do with that. It's just dumb coincidence, you know.
The box and snippers.
Yeah, there you go. Uh, well, thank you, Stan, chat, and Mon's good day. Okay. Randy says, stay safe, Lisa. You too, Randy.
Hey, Randy.
Yeah. Y'all have a wonderful day. Black screen. Yeah. It cuts off. I'm sorry, folks. I don't know what happens there. It just quits working. Yeah. As soon as I start talking about the depression generation. Yeah, Lucky Ree, yeah, I know the video mess. On mine, it just kind of goes into it doesn't completely shut off. It goes like, behind a glaze or a sunglasses. It tints way down. I can still see the picture, but I can't, it's not broadcasting. And I don't know what causes it. I really don't. What causes the wheel of doom? I don't know, Randy.
Yeah, the $64,000 winner will be the person who tells us what happens behind the wheel of doom.
Right. Linda Lou, did Sasnak retire? He's been gone for a while. Oh no, she wants to know if I've retired. I'm trying to retire, and yeah, from trucking, I'm trying to retire. I'm still trying to decide whether to get rid of the truck or not, whether to keep it or, keep doing that once in a while or whatever. I think I'm going to try to do this pickup deal up in Minnesota or Michigan, not Michigan, Wisconsin. Try to do that. I think that'll be enough money for me throughout the year. And I've been wanting to get out of trucking for quite a while. And so yeah, me driving a truck is probably going to be less and less, if not, where I'd like to drive a truck is during harvest for Kirk, just up there running around Kansas doing harvest stuff. But other than that, I don't really want to drive a truck anymore. I'm tired of it. I've done it so many years. I want to go out and do something different with my life. So yeah, am I officially retired? No, I'm 80% there though, but I haven't really made the 100% no. And am I retiring? No. Am I retiring from trucking? Hopefully, yes. Okay. I'm trying to get out of trucking. Okay. Going back through some of these comments. Yes, Linda, this is a live stream. It's just my phone freezes up every so often, and I don't know why it does it. Don't forget the Alabama drum. They're cool. Don't forget the Alabama and drum. Oh, probably talking about the boat, the ships. The USS Alabama and the drum. Yeah, those are really neat. Always wanted to stand on the corner in Winslow, Arizona. Standing on the corner in Winslow, Arizona. I used to ride my bike to Bisbee from my great-grandma's house as a kid. Okay. What is up, Sasnak? How are you doing today? I'm doing very good. It's a beautiful day. Beautiful, beautiful day. I'm not sweating. Look at this. I am not sweating. It's wonderful. Oh, yeah. Tim says, go check out the Diamond Crater Park in Arkansas. Yeah, that'd be someplace neat to go. Stan, Virtual Production says, Stan, I noticed was healthier doing nomadic lifestyle. Many of my aches and pains went away and had lots more energy. Yeah, because you're out doing stuff. You're not sitting there as a couch potato. That's kind of what I'm after. Go out and do things, and you sleep good at night because you exercise, you did things. Go walk around a state park or someplace. Go like today's video was the waterfalls up in Michigan. I slept good that night because I walked quite a bit that day. Did nomadic for a year. It was fun. I saw so much of this beautiful country. There you go.
Yeah, and that's a good deal. You know, go and see what you want to see. And by that point, you might know, hey, I like it here better, and move to that area.
Yeah.
Otherwise, go back home, and at least you saw something.
Yeah. Here's a comment here, Ernie Keck. Yeah. Did you get the hotel money even though you stayed in your van? It depends. The run that I did 2 weeks ago, whatever, last month when I ran to California, they paid me a flat rate. Okay. Out of that rate, I got a hotel or I didn't get a hotel. So it was up to me. I didn't. There was no hotel.
Stipend?
No, what's the word I'm looking for? Basically, I get paid a certain amount of money per day. And if I want to go get a hotel, I take it out of that money, okay? I chose to sleep in the van or in the pickup most nights. I stayed in a hotel one night. Out of the whole 28 days, I stayed in a hotel one night. Usually, I was busy driving. I drive till 10, 11 o'clock at night. I pull out, I go, pull everything out of the back seat, put it up in the front seat, crawl in the back and go to bed, wake up in the morning, moved everything back and went on down the road. And I can't see a $160 hotel just for a few hours of sleep. I couldn't justify that.
Yeah.
Now, the other, each what they call tours, okay? The tour that I was on, they paid you a flat rate. If you want to get a hotel, that's on your, that's up to you if you wanted to. But they just paid a flat rate, okay? On this other tour, they pay a different flat rate, and they also have the hotel money if you want to. It's on a credit card. They give you a credit card, company credit card, and you put your hotel on there and your meals and whatever. And then if you need to, do like a, what do they call it, Uber. You need to do an Uber run or something like that. You put that on that credit card also, and or expense it anyway. And they'll pay a certain amount of all that kind of stuff. Now each tour is a little bit different. There was another tour where they just paid really good right off the top, and you get your hotel, whether you got your hotel or not, you did get that hotel money. So each tour is a little bit different, okay? The one I went on last month was kind of an average, okay? It paid a certain dollar amount per day, and if I wanted to get a $50 hotel or if I get a $200 hotel, that's up to me, but it came out of that money, okay? Other tours pay less money, but they offer the hotel that they pay for, okay? So it all depends on each tour's structured just a little bit different.
And each driver's needs too, right?
Right, yeah. So like, for instance, I'm by myself and I'm traveling along. I don't mind jumping in the back seat of the truck and sleeping. It doesn't bother me a bit. But if Pam was with me, guess what? We got to go get a hotel tonight because there's not enough room for 2 people in a pickup. So you go get a hotel, But if Pam's with me, they'll probably pay her a little bit of money too on top of it. So it all, it depends. It won't be the whole amount, but it'll be like a helper fee, So anyway. The thing I like about this new job is it's not a 12-month thing. It's a couple months here and then take 6 months off and then a couple months there and then take the rest of the year off, that kind of thing. And you make pretty good money during those months that, that I can use for gas and food and everything traveling in the RV. So we don't have to dip into savings. That's the idea. I've worked all these years putting money into savings, putting money into savings, putting money into savings. Pam's worked all these years, putting money into her 401k and all this kind of stuff, And so I don't have a 401k because I was self-employed, but Pam does. So she put all her money. And the idea, if we go out with this bus and I can go do these tours with this company, we make enough money. We don't have to dip into that, 401k or my savings or whatever, and keep that for on down the line somewhere. So that's kind of what I'm after on this. And then just stumbled across this job because one of my viewers, hey, Stan, I got a pretty good deal for you. You want to try this? Yeah, let's try that,
Yep, absolutely.
So anyway, with that, Lisa, you got anything else to add? Anything else you want to tell anybody?
But I'm glad everybody was concerned. I appreciate their concern.
Yeah.
And the prayers are so welcomed.
Yep.
And keep on praying for the people that are really having it bad down there.
Yeah. Okay, we'll do. So, I'm gonna cut you off, and I'm gonna go show people what I'm gonna do on the bus real quick, and then I'm gonna cut the whole video off and go do it. Okay? I'm gonna mount solar panels today. So, all right. You there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Stan.
All right. You be good. Take care, and we'll see you next time when you get your internet back. Okay?
All right.
All right.
Take care now.
Adios. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, folks. Thanks for like I said, all your concerns with Lisa and everything. I figured that'd be a pretty good little video today. Have her on here just to let everybody know that she's okay, and she can give a little insight on what's going on down there. You know, kind of remote reporting, so to say. So, all right. Now, what am I going to do? I'm going to go put the solar panels on the bus today. And it's a beautiful day. I'm gonna get up there and I'm not gonna sweat. I'm gonna enjoy it and try not to fall off the roof. All right, I got hardware, bolts and nuts and all this different stuff. So I'm gonna go up there and show you what I'm gonna do. And I was gonna mount them in a certain way, and then I just stumbled across the video the other day, and I was like, oh wait, I can mount them that way. It's a whole lot simpler. So yeah, so. I'm going to try mounting them this other way. Hopefully it'll be nice and secure. And if I feel it's not secure enough, I'll go back to the old way, the way I did on the van, the way I mounted those up. So let's go over and do that, okay? Oh, all right. Another thing is I got rattle can paint. These are the mount brackets, okay? These are the mounts. And I wish that I got out here earlier this morning, but I painted these with a brush, okay? And because they're metal, and I cleaned them off, I put some acetone or something like that. I don't remember what it was, some kind of cleaner. And I wiped there's oil on this bare metal. So I wiped that off, but it didn't stick worth a darn. As you can see, it's peeling real bad. So I just flip them over. That'll go to the inside now. I just flipped them all the way over. And I cleaned them. I actually got my wire brush out. Let me show you this. Let me turn you around. Right here. I got this thing out on my angle grinder. I put those super strut or unistrut, put them in the vise, had them supported over here, and I went and buffed them real good. And then I put brake cleaner right there, brake clean, and I sprayed them with brake cleaner real good. So all the oil, there's a scratch on them now. It's been buffed a little bit, okay? And I cleaned them with the brake cleaner. Got all the oil off of them, and it should adhere better. So now I'm gonna paint this. And I think I'll just set you guys off in the corner. Come on. There we go. I need to, here we go. I need to get them painted so it dries, because that's one of the first things I need to put up on the roof. Like I said, I should have got out here earlier today and painted those so they'd be dry already. But I think it'll be okay. This stuff dries pretty quick. not covering terribly well because there's a bit of a breeze, and the breeze is blowing a lot of it away. We'll get most of it on there. All right, I think we'll let that dry. I'll come over. I got a whole nother can. I still got a little bit. There's a little bit left in there. I got a whole nother can so I can finish putting a better coat on there. All right, so where we're at here. Let me turn you around. Do I have a short piece of this stuff? All right. I got I don't have any short pieces of that unistrut, but I got this piece of metal here. It's kind of the same shape. This piece is actually off the walls of the shop, okay? This is the cross member pieces, okay? What was I gonna say? Okay, so I got the roof all painted with the elastomeric paint by Dade. I got that all painted the other day on Tuesday. I've got 5 coats on the outer edges and 3 coats on the center, so it's covered well. All right, I got all the tape peeled off and all that's all done, okay? So I'm gonna crawl up there and I'm gonna pretend this is the piece of that I just painted, even though it's the wrong shape and everything, but it gives you the idea, okay? So let's crawl upstairs and let me show you how I'm planning on doing this. Okay, before we crawl up there, I want to show you the solar panels. All right, the solar panels have this aluminum frame around them. Okay, just like all solar panels would have. Yeah, here we go. All right, so here's this aluminum frame. Here's the panel itself. Okay, here's the framework that goes around it. As you can see, there's that little lip right there. Okay, that little lip. Okay, that will be on the top end of that thing. Now, when I bolted to the bus, I figured out where I needed the holes, the mounting bolts, where I needed those on the bus. And I didn't put them through sheet metal, I put them through the ribs of the bus, okay? So as you can see, here's turn you around. Hit the button, okay. See this, there's the rivets. You can see the rivets right here. There's another panel, there's rivets right here. And in the middle here, there's some rivets too, right up on the top especially. Those are all bows. Every one of them is a bow, okay? This bow just happens to be where this sheet metal and that sheet metal overlap. This sheet metal and this sheet metal, they overlap. But in the middle, there's no overlap, but there's a bow in there. So I figured out where I wanted my panels, or my mounting brackets, these the super strut. I figured out where I wanted that, and I got up there with the drill, and I drilled through the hole, or through the roof, okay? Once I got through the roof, and I'm kind of stalling, letting the paint dry. I got up inside here, and as you can see, there's one of them right there, and I'm gonna paint that over with white. But that's sucked up in there pretty good, won't turn. Okay, there's another one. There's another, that one's sucked up nice and well. See, that's nice to the ceiling. This here didn't suck up very well, but it's nice and tight. Okay, this one neither. Okay, all right. So I put those are carriage bolts that I put through there. All right, so I won't have to hold on the inside with a wrench. Okay, now as you know, carriage bolts have that square right in there. Okay, so once that is here, it'll turn, but once you get it up there and it bites in, it quits turning. So I can get on top with a wrench and tighten it up. All right, so I got these sticking up through the roof. Okay, here's the roof. Got that stuck up through the roof. And I put a washer, I put this stuff, okay, butyl tape. I took butyl tape and wrapped it around here and then put the washer on, okay. I put the washer on, then I put a nut on, okay? And I tighten that nut up all the way down, okay? That's what it looks like on the top. It actually sticks up a little higher than that, okay? So it sticks up about like that. Is what I got up on the roofs, okay? Now I've got, there's a 10-foot 30-foot long, 32-foot long bus, 33-foot long bus. So I've got a 10-foot section, a 10-foot section, and a 10-foot section times 2, because there's 6 pieces up there. So each one of them has 2 bolts. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 bolts all together. All right. So I got all those bolts up there looking like that. Then I'm going to, where's the hardware at? Let's go on ahead, let's go upstairs. There, we're looking down at one of the bolts. All right. Now, if I just put this piece on here, now this is the pretend piece, but they're out there drying, but they're much narrower and they got holes drilled in them already. When I put that on there, it's going to be like that. All right. It'll sit on top of that nut and it'll wobble. All right. So what I did is I got great big nuts. I got little nuts and big nuts. That big nut will sit right over the top of it. Now when I put it on there, it won't wobble. Okay. And it lifts it up off the roof that much, the thickness of that bolt or nut. It lifts it up off the roof that much to where water can go underneath it. Water can flow underneath it. So rain won't, and leaves and debris won't get stuck up here, okay? When it rains, it'll wash that up underneath there and wash it away. All right, so this will go on through the hole. And I'll put a nut on it. Where's my nut? Oh, it's in the other bag down there. Or no. Oh, shit. I didn't get enough nuts. I need smaller nuts. Anyway, this nut here, take it apart again. What I'll do is I'll put this washer, that'll be on there. All right, and I'll put that through. And I'll put a nut and a washer on it. And it'll be like this on the inside, okay? That'll hold the strut on, nice and solid and level, and won't rock or whatever. Once that's on, then I got these other nuts, which are downstairs, and also I got Loctite, so that will permanently lock them on. Be right back. Underneath that edge just enough to where it catches. Then I'll take these regular bolts and I'll put a little Loctite on them and I'll screw them down from the top, and it'll have all right, it'll be sitting there like that, and the solar panels will sit right in here. And as you tighten that down, it'll pinch down on this, the solar panel and lock them in place. All right, hold them down. All right. Now, one of the things I've pointed out about that little lip, these things are thick enough. These big square washers, they're thick enough. Okay. If I feel that's going to slide, I can take them down, put them in the vise, and take a grinder and grind a little groove in here. Once I grind a little groove in here, then the solar panels, it can't slip out. I think it'd make a lot more sense if I just do it and then show you tomorrow, okay? But anyway, that's what I'm planning on doing today, is all of this with the strut and everything out there, lining everything up. I got to do a lot of measuring to make sure I don't, you know, wherever I start, I don't overhang the front or vice versa. I'll probably start at the front and work my way back. I got to do some measuring to make sure it all fits without overhanging over the edges, okay? So I'm going to put these all up here today. I'm going to cut this video off, and you get the idea. This is what I've got planned anyway, okay? And if for some reason this little system here, here's the solar panel, that doesn't hold it down right, I'm not comfortable with it, I can go the other route, and I've got 90-degree elbows. Instead of just pinching it down, I'll actually mount these down here. There'll be a 90-degree elbow, like angle iron, hole here, and I'll actually drill a hole into the solar panel and then bolt them on, okay? I don't really want to do that because as soon as I drill a hole, there's no warranty on them at all. As soon as you modify a solar panel at all, there's no warranty on them, okay? Not that it's going to be that big a deal, I don't think, but if I can get away with doing this, with this kind of a clamp down system instead of a bolt on system, there'll still be a warranty on them, okay? So with that, the ones on the van are done with the 90-degree elbow and bolted on, okay? It's a more secure way of doing it, but it's a more secure way of doing it, but a lot more work, and it takes up more space. So what will happen is I'll start at the very front of the bus. By the time I get back here, the solar panels will hang over about 8 inches or 10 inches or so. And by doing it this route, I can get the solar panels closer together. I can get them, well, that far apart, you know, this width right here. I can put this on there, put the solar panel on, close it, you know, tighten it down, put the other solar panel right up beside it, you know, and tighten them down, both of them. If I do that, it only takes up that much space between each panel. So now those panels are 44 3/4, plus that, you're looking at right at 45 inches. If I do the bracket style, when I bolt them all together, that takes up about 3 inches in between each panel, and that makes them stretch out longer, and they'll actually be overhanging back here. So that's why I decided to go with this kind of mount bracket, and hopefully it'll work. So, all right. So with that, I'm going to put another coat of paint on down here, and I'm going to go ahead and get these mounted up, and then the next time I do a video, tomorrow, Saturday, Monday, I'm not sure whenever I do another video, I'll show you how it all worked out, okay? So there you go. Like I said, none of this bus build is a how-to. I'm showing you how I did it. If you want to do it that way on your bus or whatever, you can do it that way. It's not a how-to. This is how you have to do this. This is how I figured out what I wanted to do, okay? And if it works for you, great. If it doesn't, then figure out your own system and all that. So, like I said, it's not a how-to. It's more of a, well, this is what I did, and learn from that, okay? So with that, y'all be good, take care, and I'm gonna go back down there and put another coat of paint on and then get to work, okay? So y'all be good, take care. We'll see you next time. Same bat channel, same bat time, same bat channel. That what Batman was. Anyway, y'all be good, take care, and remember, prayers for Florida. Y'all be good, take care.